What's up, guys, and welcome back to Fig Noon's Figures. It's your guy Fig Noon, and we're back today with another figure review. Today it's the Metacon Mafex Amazing Spider-Man number 185. Really excited about this figure. As soon as I got him, I wanted to just rip him open and throw him inside of my case. But we're going to review him first, and we're going to do it together. This sculpt has actually been released about 3 times, but this is the first time that they've done it in the comic costume version. And so I really like this. To me, it's the best version out of all 3. Let's take a look at them. Just here on the front of the box right away, you get the clear window packaging, which I'm always a big fan of. Spider-Man animated in his comic self there, saying Double Trouble. Of course, this is number 185. I like the big eyes on the Spider-Man. With me, it's always the bigger the eyes, the better. There on the side of the box, you get Spider-Man shooting one of those webs at you that he is included with. Spider-Man head on the top and the bottom. Some pictures of the head sculpt that you're going to get, some examples of the articulation, some poses that you can actually get this Spider-Man in. That's what makes these Mafex figures to me so special, you know. It's the dynamic articulation that you get from these guys. Spider-Man crawling on the side. On the bottom, you don't really get nothing too crazy. On the top, just more of the same. And so, with no further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this guy open. I think it is worth noting, I did pay about 95 bucks for this guy. I picked him up on Big Bad Toy Store, and I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check him out there and maybe pick him up yourself. And to me, it was worth every bit of the dollars that I paid to get this guy. I seen him, knew I had to have him right away, knew he was going to be a little bit more, but guess what? I don't really care, you know. You ever buy a figure, you put it in your cart, and you sit there for a second deciding if you really want to buy it? Well, that didn't happen with this guy. So here we go. We got Spider-Man, we got a whole bunch of hands galore. And let's just go ahead and pop open this clamshell. Actually, right on the back, I could feel we have the stand here. Pretty basic stuff. You could get them into some dynamic poses using this, swinging with the web, you know, stuff like that. I'm not going to go ahead and open this. We all know what a stand looks like. It's got a few clasps there. Another part of this clamshell packaging, we have a bunch of webs that come with this Spider-Man that you can actually wrap around the wrist. You got a long one, 2 long ones. So if you wanted to do 2 hands, you got an open web, long web here. You got one that wraps around the wrist, the shorter version, and then another long web here for your playing pleasure. I'm just going to go ahead and set that to the side so we can jump into this Spider-Man here. And to get this open, you're not going to need any box cutter or scissors or anything yet. It's kind of snug, but you're just going to slide off the clamshell at the top of this. I also want to do some side-by-sides with some other Spider-Man that I have, just to take a look at some comparisons in the paint. I think this is one of the best paint jobs that I've ever seen on a Spider-Man. This might be, in my opinion, maybe the best Spider-Man ever. Okay, so I don't want to throw all the hands all over the place, but I think we should talk about the hands maybe first. You're going to get some web shooting hands here. You're going to get some wall crawling hands here, left and right. You're also going to get the semi-open hands here for kind of gripping. You're going to get the gripping hands that'll actually grip the web. So they're kind of a tight hole there. I don't know if you can see the hole or not, but you get one for the left and the right. And then you're going to get the wall crawling hands that are included with the magnets. You get the feet and the hands that got the magnets. So if you attach those to the feet and hands, you put them on something metal, he will stick. He actually will stick. So that's a nice addition that I feel comes with this figure. We're just wrecking this, right? This whole thing. So we're going to set the hands to the side. And I just want to, right off the bat, before we take a look at Spidey, let's take a look at the heads that you're going to get here. And so you get one that's kind of got smaller eyes, and then you get the nice big eyes. And this is my favorite here. This might be my favorite head sculpt, like I said, out of all my Spider-Man. The bigger the better with the eyes, so I'm really digging that. This is still a very good head sculpt too. Really dig this. I might even try and throw this on another figure. It's so good. But let's just go ahead and take a look at this Spider-Man right off the bat. Let's just do a little 360 here. This is just amazing. He feels amazing. He looks amazing. It's the Amazing Spider-Man. What is that on my... I don't know what that is. That's disappointing. Oh, man. We're still going to do a 360 here. The endorphins are still rushing in my brain. I'm still very excited about this figure. I can notice a little bit of smudging here in the paint. It looks like some of the red has came off of the emblem. But the overall color scheme, the colorway that they've done with this, it's just, I think it looks really, really good. He feels good. He doesn't feel loose. I feel like I'll be able to get him in any kind of pose that I want. And I guess let's just talk about a little bit about the articulation. Right off the bat, this neck, you're going to get 2 joints on the neck, so you're going to get a lot of articulation you don't get with Marvel Legends. You can move this thing all the way around like the actual neck. You can move his head 360. It goes back pretty far, goes down pretty far, which is pretty good when you get him in those wall crawling poses. You want him to kind of look upwards. Here at the chest, you're going to get a diaphragm joint. It goes back about this far. I mean, forward that far, back that far. You can go side to side. Here at the waist, you can get some rotation, side to side, back and forth. So I really like the articulation here at the waist. You get the drop down hips. No cut at the thigh, but these drop down hips are going to let you take the legs all the way up here. You can really get some good posing here. You know, even if you wanted them to kind of, you know, go kind of zen, you can do that there. Pop the legs back up. Like so. You get double jointed knees, pinless. And then here at the ankles, there's no cut at the calf either, but here at the ankles, you got a hinge there. And you get some ankle pivot, plus the toe articulation, which is really nice. That's why I like the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man so much. Here at the arms, you get the butterfly joints, which are cut pretty high, so you can really take these things really high, or really, you know, really far in front of them. You could do some 360. You got to be careful with these joints, so these arms will pop out really, really easy. Double jointed elbows. You get the swivel at the bicep there, and then with the hand, you go 360, and depending on what direction you have it in, you can either go up and down. If you turn that joint in there, you can go side to side. So there's nothing you can't do with this Spider-Man. He's super, super cool. I can't wait to... I'm not even sure how I'm going to pose him once I do put him in the case. But let's go ahead and do some side-by-side comparisons real quick. I don't think anybody can compare to this guy, but my favorite Spider-Man before this was the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, which that is not. Here he is. Of course, different colors, but what I liked about this Spider-Man was the way they did the eyes. But these eyes to me are just so much better, and you can see that the lines here are so much more defined. These are kind of, you know, they got the grooves and they're lightly painted in there. It really looks like a real comic look, a real comic Spider-Man. This looks really nicely done, but it's just such a more authentic look you get here. Comparing to the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, you could see, you know, just like I talked about with the neck, you know, the feet, it's just so much better, you know, it just feels so much better. And yeah, the only other Spider-Man that I feel even really comes close as far as color schemes is the six arm Spidey, and it's still very vanilla done here. There's no black paint on any of the webs or anything. This just looks so much better. What can I say? This guy's really taking the crown for me, guys. I think what really pushes it over is, you know, it's the neck articulation, it's the toes, like I said. You get the magnetic hands. This box artwork, if you're an inbox collector, it's a really nice box. Of course, with the Marvel Legends Spidey, a few of the Spideys we got, it's just a box now, you know, so you can't even see them inside. So those are the things that draw me to pick these things up. What else am I leaving out? I don't think there's anything else I'm really leaving out. I got to rate this figure about a 10 out of 10. Don't mind the price. Don't like that. I'm going to find out what that is. If that's a stain or a chip, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. Either way, I love this figure. He's going to go right in the front of the collection. If you guys like this figure too, go ahead and hit that like button. And thanks for watching. This is Fig Newton. Fig Newton out.